morning, everybody. It is a beautiful day. Look at that, the sun is out and it's a perfect day to get some work done outside. So I've had a message from one of my neighbours who lives just down the road, and he is actually a cabinet maker, and he's got a whole lot of chipboard offcuts that he's not using. They're about 8 feet long, so they're pretty good size, and he's offered them to me. Thought that I might like to use them for something here around the farm. So we're just about to go and pick those up now in the ute. Okay, so I've just got back and look at this stuff. It's so cool. This is chipboard. Now, admittedly, it's not waterproof, this stuff, so I'm not going to be able to use it in places where it's likely to get wet, but it's perfect to use as a trestle table. I didn't even tie this down, to be honest with you. I just, you got to risk it for the biscuit. But look what he made me up while I was there. He's got all these awesome machines, and he asked me what I was going to be using them for. When I told him I'd like to have some trestle tables, he just whipped up some legs, and I can just sit those beautiful bits of chipboard straight on top, and I've got myself a trestle table for nothing. So good having neighbours who are so thoughtful like that. So Brian, thank you so much for this. This is just going to be an amazing addition here for the farm, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Okay guys, so I've got to deliver this beautiful order and go to the post office to pick up the parcel that's arrived. So let's go. I'm so excited to show you what arrived yesterday in the mail. So I've got it set up a little bit to show you. Come over to my car and have a quick little look. Ta-da! It's my signage. So this is actually a magnet that just sticks on the side of your car, and so I can remove it whenever I want. And I also had our banners arrive for the front gate and also for the flower stall down the front. Okay, so I'll take it down the front and give you a bit of a look at how it's come up down the front with the signage. And I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of the pros and cons that I've found with having the flower stand. So I thought I might sort of do like a Q&A sort of thing that might help you. This has not been an easy journey. As you know, I've had lots of hiccups last year with COVID and the pandemic, and I really have had to pivot this business to be geared more towards the flower sales side of things. So this has actually been such a wonderful asset to doing that, because it's given me the ability to sell flowers contactless and to be able to function within government guidelines and still run my business. Okay, so I guess the first question is, why did I set the farm stall up? The main reason I did it was because the way I was selling my flowers was unsustainable. I couldn't keep it up. I was totally exhausted. I was doing pop-up shops. I was doing a whole lot of drop-off points. I just bit the bullet one weekend and I thought, I just can't physically keep up with that. So I decided to just do local. So how did I advertise? To be honest with you, I've done very little advertising. What I've used is social media. So I use Facebook and Instagram, and I also decided to use a local community page. Shifting to a local customer base does come with risk, and I was really running the risk of losing clients from Geelong to potentially not have anyone here in my small town actually buy flowers. So there was an element of risk in that. However, I had to do it. I just couldn't keep doing what I was doing. So that's where that telling of your story, telling your brand, putting it out there on Instagram and Facebook probably worked in my favour for that. The first couple of weeks of doing the flower stand, I did not have this set up. I had a really crappy thing set up, and if you go back through my videos, I'll leave it down in the description, I'll show you what I had. It was a pallet on blocks. It was pretty rubbish. But you know, you got to crawl before you walk, and it was all I had at the time. I hadn't had a chance to get anything else set up, and look, it worked for a couple of weeks. I sold a few bouquets, not all of them, and there was a little bit in me that got disheartened, and I thought, oh, this isn't going to work. But seriously, by week 3, I could not keep up with orders. Okay, now the big question everyone wants to know is, do people leave cash? Yes, they do. Has it been stolen yet? No, not yet. Thankfully, I've had a really good support from the community on that one, and we haven't had any theft of flowers or of money yet. However, I have other options for people to pay, and I think it's really important when you're setting up a stand like this to have a few methods of payment. I have direct bank deposit, I do PayPal, and as you can see there's the cash jar. Now, people do leave cash in that, and I do have to check on it pretty regularly to make sure that I haven't got money just sitting around for any length of time. Now, I'm expecting at some point to have issues with this. You know, we're dealing with human nature. You can't help that. You're going to have someone who always has to ruin it for everyone else. But I have signage that's up here usually, and I actually say that, you know, without people's honesty, I couldn't do what I'm doing. So I try and guilt them into not stealing from me. Okay, some of the cons. There's not many, but as you can see, we're under gum trees and we're open to the elements. You're going to get spiders. So the only other thing I think I would consider if I was setting up a stand is the heat factor. So here in Australia, obviously it gets really hot in summer. You need to have some sort of protection from the heat. So the way I've tackled that with my flowers is I've often put big hunks of ice in the water. If for some reason it is too hot to put your stuff out on the stall for that day, have another alternative. Maybe you can keep it in a cool box or something like that. Well guys, I've rambled on for long enough. I hope some of this has been helpful for you, and if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask down in the comments. And until next video, take care. Bye.